hometown news. News Center 25, Weekend Edition at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News Center 25 at 10. I'm Abby Rocha. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Victoria. A deadly hit-and-run accident off of East Rio Grande and Del Mar near the Victoria Food Bank. David Gibson is live at a very active scene right now with the details. David?
That's right, Abby. It's still a pretty active scene. VPD is still searching for any details right now after a deadly hit and run on Rio Grande and Del Mar. And according to VPD, a Hispanic male is deceased in the street, and they're still searching for the vehicle that hit him. And because this road has little traffic, they don't believe that there were any witnesses. However, they are urging anyone who lives in the area or might have seen anything to please call their non-emergency numbers. And we'll continue to update you when more information becomes available. In Victoria, I'm David Gibson for your hometown news.
Thanks, David. Now it's time to talk weather on this Saturday night. Hopefully more fall weather. Taking a first look at your forecast, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Alexander to see what the rest of your week will look like. Bill?
Well, good evening, everybody. It's dark outside, it's cloudy outside, and there's a little bit of rain outside. Not here, but very close by. In fact, let's take a look at your data right now. We've got temperatures hovering in the middle to upper 70s in most locations, and DTAR Doppler is showing areas of rain across the region. Now, we'll show you that later, but nevertheless, the rain is light right now. It'll be firing up again during the early morning hours and have a pretty good chance of rain tomorrow as well. I'll give you the hometown forecast later on.
Thanks, Bill. In Louisiana, a suspect has been arrested in the shooting death of LSU basketball player Wade Sims Friday morning. Baton Rouge police say 20-year-old Detan Simpson has been charged with second-degree murder. Investigators say Simpson was identified from a video of the shooting that took place during a street fight near the Southern University campus. Authorities say Simpson admitted to being at the scene with a weapon and admitted to shooting Sims. Simpson was arrested without incident and taken into custody.
The video shows a friend of Wade being hit by the same person who shot Wade, who has now been identified as Detan Simpson. Wade stepped in to defend his friend and was shot by Simpson.
Simpson is being held in the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. In Mississippi, 2 police officers are dead following a shootout earlier this morning. Authorities say the officers were responding to a call after shots were reportedly fired. Gunfire was exchanged and both officers died on the scene. A suspect was also wounded in the shootout and was taken to a hospital in Jackson, where he is now being treated.
Today, our city lost 2 officers and our community mourns. This is a stark reminder of the dangers that our officers and all law enforcement officers deal with every day.
In Albany, New York, a gunman shot 3 people outside a crowded nightclub early this morning. Police say 2 victims were found at the scene. A 42-year-old man was shot in the upper body. No word on his condition. A 21-year-old woman was shot in the leg, and her injuries are reportedly non-life-threatening. A third victim, a 23-year-old man, went to the hospital on his own with a gunshot wound and is expected to survive. Police have not said what may have caused the shooting. No arrests have been made. Demonstrators are voicing their opinions about the recent Brett Kavanaugh hearings. On Friday, dozens of women associated with the Women's March staged a protest in the Senate building in Washington, D.C., dropping banners on each side of the room, with one of these signs reading, "Women vote, survivors vote, November is coming." As the banners fell, demonstrators began to chant, "We believe survivors." This comes after a week of hearings stemming from the nomination of Judge Brett Kavanaugh. Gun rights supporters gathered at Kent State University today for an open carry gun walk and were met by counter-protesters who could be seen holding signs and shouting out at walkers expressing their concerns about the event. Caitlin Bennett, who recently graduated from the university, helped organize the walk to protest a university ban on students openly carrying on campus.
These people are so delusional. They're so angry at everything. They're so mad at how their lives are, that they want to come out here and chant things that make no sense to do with our demonstration. Nothing. They should be marching with us for their right to self-defense.
The university told Bennett a month ago that the walk did not meet a university-mandated policy. And now a story that we can relate to here in the Crossroads all too well. Flooding after Hurricane Florence has caused a different kind of issue for North Carolina residents. Mosquitoes are hatching all over the state, and experts are saying that these mosquitoes can be 3 times as large as average mosquitoes. Experts say that major flooding can cause otherwise dormant eggs to hatch, creating a rapid growth in mosquito population. It is unclear at this time as to when the mosquito population could return to normal levels. Now here in Victoria, the moment members of the Victoria Islamic Center have been waiting for, the reopening of their mosque. After months of waiting, Saturday was that day they held a grand opening of their mosque. During the event, they had members speak to the community and thank them for their support during the fire and recovery process. One of the biggest messages learned from the event was that everyone came together to show Victoria had a light in the midst of darkness. We asked member Omar Rashid how the congregation is feeling now that their new mosque is open.
A momentous occasion for all of us, obviously, to be able to finally be inside our new worship center, our new mosque, and we are eternally grateful for all the support that we have received in the 17 months and 1 day since the day of the fire. So we couldn't be happier, to be honest with you.
Rashid says this mosque is not only a place of worship, it's a place for friendship and relationship building. At the end of the ceremony, the public got to take a tour of the new mosque to see what all of their support and donations look like. Rashid adds the dome is the only thing remaining from the original building, and they made it into a peace garden. The VFW Post 4403 held their Raise the Roof fundraiser event Saturday morning. They sold chicken dinner plates along with having a silent and live auction. Post 4403 building has been in the same building since 1965, and now they're raising money to make repairs. Some of those repairs will go to getting a new roof for the VFW. While raising money, the Post is also looking to recruit veterans.
The Post is here, and we're looking to even grow the Post. It got dwindled down for a while, but we're looking for anybody that's coming out of the service to come out here and join with us, and we can do great things.
Members are trying to move forward and reestablish the Post by being a major part of the community. If you couldn't make it to the event and you would like to donate, you can call the Post at 361-552-3886 or email them at the email on the screen. 1,500 to 2,000 residents were served today by the Convoy of Hope, a group that came together Saturday to put on a neighborhood event. News Center 25's David Gibson explains how this is another step closer to recovery after the devastation of Hurricane Harvey.
Mark Cox with the Convoy of Hope tells me this event came together after Hurricane Harvey hit a year ago.
We wanted to come back into communities that were affected by the hurricane and just offer a small event like this that allowed people to flip the switch from disaster to hope, to find some hope again to get beyond the storm and live.
Shoes for their children, haircuts, and most importantly, groceries. All the little things that many people were unable to provide for themselves after the devastation. Pastor Kenyon Hamilton wants residents to know that they're not alone during this recovery period, even if it feels like it.
I talk to people all the time and they feel like, well, everybody's left us now, we're on our own. And we just want to say we're still here. We haven't went anywhere. Every week we're going to be here, and our whole goal is to reach out in our community and make Port Lavaca one of the best places around to live in.
Resident Gary Drinker says this is an excellent step for Port Lavaca, helping people who really need it.
I just feel blessed that there's people here to help out with the children. It's also great to have help with the groceries that they're giving out, and sodas are giving out, food, haircuts, shoes. It's awesome. It's real good family based.
The organizers want those still struggling to remember an important message.
There are people that love them, that every person is important and significant, that there's a God who loves them, and that there are people in this community that would love to help them and serve them.
Cox believes this is one more step closer to recovery.
We believe that better days and great days are ahead for the Port Lavaca area.
In Port Lavaca, I'm David Gibson for your Hometown News.
Stay with us. Coming up on News Center 25 at 6, the FBI will begin looking into a week-long investigation into allegations that Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh vehemently denies. The details coming up.